Faze Clan, if you haven't heard of them, they are the biggest, and I mean biggest gaming organization in the world. They were established in about 2010, the golden era of COD, I would say. And man, we have seen a lot of changes within the 13 years that they've been around. Growing up, a lot of us wanted to be in Faze because of the insane trick shots and the amazing connection between the group. So, what changed? Unfortunately, since Lee Trinket, the current CEO of Faze, has taken over the company, things have gotten pretty downhill. Faze has now been more focused on bringing in celebrities, just to generate that cash and clout. So we don't really see the same camaraderie between the group because the whole focus is really just getting money. The original group seems disconnected, and Faze really doesn't seem like the same brotherhood that it once was. Now, the company has been littered with Silicon Valley old heads, and it's not really stood by the same Faze content creators. Luckily, we've had Faze and Teeqo come out to really speak about the situation. I understand that there are Faze members right now that are just sitting back and not really speaking out because sure, it's good to have that security blanket of whatever contract you have now, and at least you're generating something. But I'm really proud that Faze Teeqo really came up and stood out, inspired by Faze Rain, of course, because Faze Rain is really the mastermind behind speaking out about things that's going on with Faze. So today we're really going to dive in to see what Faze Teeqo talked about in his exposed video, I would say, on Faze Clan. Before we start, Faze Teeqo, man, I got much love for you, and I'm always going to be here and always support you, man, on any platform. So let's just dive straight in. We got a 9-minute video of him just talking, so we'll see what he has to say.
The fact that I have to sit here and make a video as someone who's been a member for 12 years.
12 years, man. That's like since the inception of Faze.
Is crazy to me. I've tried to solve this privately for years. For fucking years. The fact that I cared.
I'm gonna pause that there. I know we only 16 seconds in, but what I'm trying to say is Faze Teeqo is the type of guy, like, he's a very nice guy, bro. He doesn't like doing all the drama stuff. If you've seen his entire career throughout Faze, he's never been someone that's came out and caused drama. So for him to come out and speak on this situation, it's obviously something that's been on his mind for a long period of time, and he's speaking out for a good reason. So I'm definitely really tuned in. So let's keep going.
Much, and I'm not even a real owner. Everyone has made it very clear that I'm not an owner, and I'm not even near any of the top dogs.
12 years, bro.
For shit. You've showed me over and over and over again that I do not mean shit to you all. How are you gonna be the biggest organization in the world? Leaders in this scene, pushing this scene forward, pushing this industry forward, leading by example, and you can't even take care of your members that's been in for 12 fucking years. I've never claimed to be on Apex Bank's, Temper's, Rain's level, okay? I never claimed to be...
Pausing again, obviously he's mentioned all these top guys, but listen, man, Teeqo is just as valuable as these guys. He's got a very strong community. If you see his video, he already has like 2.2 million views on it. So his community is strong. And obviously there was a bunch of young guys at Faze at the time, and I know they wanted to make money. They wanted to make it something successful. So they kind of sold out the company to guys that really don't care about the actual Faze community. They just care about making money off of them. So I get where Teeqo's coming from.
I never claimed to be an owner, a leader, any of that sort, okay? I know my place, and they've made it very sure what
very
my place
humble
is.
Dude, man.
I've
very
never
humble
tried to
dude.
get what they have. I've never tried to be them. Like, trust me, okay? I'm not delusional. It's this leading me on with fake promises, with just lies, and then never owning up to it, always blaming someone else. Do you want to hear something even crazier? The only contract I've ever had with Faze, guess what contract that is? The only contract I ever had. Guess.
Hopefully it's not the Teeqo, Tfue one.
Contract. It's the only contract I ever had with Faze. As I was publicly defending Faze on Twitter, everywhere, about that whole situation, I was in the same contract myself.
That Tfue contract was horrible. I think it was like a 80 to 20% split. This guy was here for 12 damn years, and they're giving him that type of contract. And from the sounds of it, it seems like they never gave him a new contract or modified his contract for a member that's been there for that long. Wow. And I really wonder what Faze Banks, I mean, obviously, when we think of Faze, we think of guys like Faze Banks, Faze Apex really taking control, but I really wonder what they're thinking and what they're doing behind the scenes. But I do know now the company's just riddled with old heads, man, not the OG members that are taking control. But
let that
what can we
sink
do?
in. I told them I need this contract terminated today or I'm going public with it. And they did terminate it, okay? But here's the thing. This is like 2019. Even at that point, no follow-up, no new deal, no new contract,
Okay.
no like, hey, we want to make this right. Nothing. I always thought I was just building, so I never asked for anything. But either you're going to include me with you guys, even at a smaller scale, at least do that, or pay me.
So that was
Pay
4
me like
years
any
ago and they
other
gave him
fucking
nothing?
employee doing work for you. Twice. I did
Since
the
then?
champion collab photo shoot, and I have to go out at 7 in the morning to get pictures for the shoot the same day. For free, by the way, while you sell the drop for millions and millions and millions of dollars. You can't even pay me a little bit for the fucking photo shoots. It's just all this like where I always feel like I just owe you something.
Wow.
I just owe you something because it's such a fucking privilege to be in Faze, right? I've been in this fucking gray zone where like I'm not the owners of these guys because like no, obviously I'm not nearly as important as these guys, but I'm also not getting.
I'm gonna pause again. I apologize for keep pausing, but what he said there is crazy. Like, he did that drop, and you know he was modeling for it. You know he was putting on the merch to sell out, and a lot of his community is buying that merch, and they gave him nothing. And that just goes to show, man, like he's in Faze, and all the people that are running Faze think, oh, it's just a privilege for him to even have that opportunity to do that. But that's not the case. Like, pay the man.
Paid for anything I'm doing. I'm just in the middle. Hey, you're a valuable member. Here's a contract. Nah, because it's such a fucking privilege to be in Faze. I'm so fortunate to be in Faze. I never asked for anything, and I just said yes and yes and yes and did everything you ever asked for without ever asking for anything because I thought I was gonna be included with y'all. Someone else can come in as late as last year who's not from this industry, never lifted a finger for Faze, probably didn't even know what Faze was, and get 3 times the amount of shares that I have and a monthly or annually salary that's more money than I've ever been paid from Faze by a monthful. All of these years, we always hear talent first, talent first. Talent is the most important thing. No, we're not. You've always showed us otherwise. You've always showed us that these
That ain't the
recruits
case.
that you make, the celebrities who get more, like Snoop Dogg and his son has more money and more shares than a lot of Faze members who were here from fucking day one. It's not even just about me at this point. There's so.
Okay, the Snoop Dogg thing was crazy too because sure they brought in Snoop Dogg and we all love Snoop Dogg, man. Snoop Dogg is cool, but they paid him a crap ton of money, gave him a bunch of shares. And what has Snoop Dogg really done for Faze? He did one maybe like promotional shoot, but since then he's not integrated in Faze. So instead of putting those resources into celebrities, put it back into your creators.
Yes, Rain is right. For everyone that's saying Rain's tripping, Rain is the only guy who has balls to speak up. He's the only one that's not letting them walk all over us because he cares about the brand. I care about the brand. And I'm not even a fucking owner like that. I don't own
I love
nothing
Faze
compared to
Rain.
them. My opinion is not valid for these people. They don't give a fuck about me. I had to invest money in Faze to even have any kind of part of it because they had given me nothing. I've been in Faze for 9 years at this point. And the first way in for me is me having to invest $50,000 of my own money. And even in that whole process, they fuck me over. So I'm asking you, this is not a video where I'm gonna like, I'm leaving Faze. I'm asking you, am I in Faze? Because I've been in for 12 years and you would think that someone that's been in for this long and have such history with you guys would have some kind of deal with you and a contract with you and incentive with you to move forward with you. There's nothing for me at this point with Faze. There's nothing. Like, I don't have a salary. I don't have anything to work towards. I don't have, like, no matter what I do, I don't make anything more from this point. There's nothing. So I guess you don't need me. I guess I'm not a valuable person then, you know? I'm just this small time. I should have just been lucky that I was even a part of it to begin with, right? I had over $100,000 in Faze's bank when we bought the CSGO team. I did get the money back like a year later, okay? So I'm not saying that. I did get my money back. You're just not gonna act like I wasn't a part of that I wasn't like low-key one of the reasons we even got a CS team to begin with. And I'm not taking credit for making it happen at all. I had nothing to do with that. But if you don't feel like I was any kind of bridge, and I had $100,000 in a bank account, and
Faze Rain also put in money for a team, and I don't think they paid him either.
About that than all of our owners combined. They can't even make as much as a tweet when we win a major. Oh yeah, I care about this. Yeah, Faces. No, you don't. I'm not even an owner, and I care more than you do. I used to pay for my own flights to go to tournaments with the CS team. I used to take them out to dinner, pay for the dinner with my own money, and never ask for a reimbursement because I just wanted to represent Faze the best way I could. I swear in everything. So I've done all of these things. I never asked for anything.
He's such a stand-up guy, man. Teeqo's such a stand-up guy.
I'm a part of this. Even though I'm less, again, I want to clarify it. I know I'm not the real owners, and I never tried to.
All you have to do is give this man a contract, man. Why y'all do this to him?
It's disrespectful when you put it all together. Faze Clan insisted in making the clothing with me, like my merch drop and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what? It makes sense. We'll do it together. It's a good split. We'll make it in-house. They fuck up the design and like the manufacture process. And then I have to go on Twitter to find out that these people haven't received their hoodies 2 months later. And I don't even get as much as an apology. And some of those people got the wrong hoodies because you put the wrong print on. After that, I obviously don't want to do clothing in-house with Faze anymore. So I do it by myself. I pay for the designs myself. I found a manufacturer myself. Everything, okay? I do everything myself. I didn't ask Faze for a single thing. I get my own website, teeqo.com, pay for it, everything. And then they still contact me trying to get 20% of my profits without ever doing anything, no design, no help with nothing. They're still trying to take 20% off my clothing drops and my merch drops and my rug drops because I'm in Faze.
No, that's crazy.
You did nothing for me. If anything, you were the one that pushed me away. I wanted to make it with you guys, and you couldn't deliver. In a way, Faze is bigger than it ever was, but it's also smaller.
And they didn't even promote it either.
All of these collabs that we were doing with really, really big brands. You know what it is to me? All of these collabs that's coming out. It's like Band-Aid or silver tape on internal bleeding. That's the way I see it. And they think talent don't matter. They think that we don't matter because they think that they can do everything because they see the Faze logo as the Nike logo.
It's a good analogy.
They can just do whatever they want. But there's no depth.
Okay, Teeqo.
There's no substance there. There's nothing behind that Faze logo backing it. There's no culture anymore. That's what these people don't understand. So I'm asking you right now, once again, since you claim to be the biggest org in the world, you know, the leader in the space, pushing this whole community forward, leading by example, am I in Faze or not? Because if I'm not, I would like to see a statement that I'm not anymore, and I'm cool with it. Trust me, I can stand on my own 2 legs. I have a very fucking good community. I'm not worried about that at all. You need people like me.
That question is crazy. It's been here for freaking since the inception of Faze, and he has to ask that question.
You'll be surprised. You need people like me in Faze. I don't need you. If I'm not in anymore,
talk your talk, Teeqo.
Let everyone know how you dropped me. I'm cool with that. Let everyone know you dropped me. I can't believe I had to make this video. I can't believe I had to sit here and say all these things.
Without these guys, without the creators, Faze is nothing.
Never gave 2 fucks about me. Because apparently I bring 0 value to you. You've showed me over and over and over again how I do not mean shit to you. And I'm fully ready to lose it all. I'm fully ready to lose all these relationships. I'm fully ready for these people to hate me and never speak to me again. I'm fully ready to lose out on money. Who knows what's gonna happen? At least I can go to bed and I can wake up and keep my head straight knowing I did the fucking right thing and I fucking stood up for something. I didn't just let these fucking people walk all over me with all these lies. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But in reality, they're just paying their buddy more money than majority of talent has ever fucking seen, who was here for fucking day 1.
Damn. He ended on that. I want to hear more, man. And I feel like he had a lot more to say, but obviously for like legal reasons or something, I'm sure he couldn't say the full story. And I would love to hear that full story. But again, man, what they're doing to him is completely wrong. He almost should be considered on an owner level status because he's been there since the beginning, whether they like it or not. And to not even give him like a basic contract for a couple years Since they terminated that Tfue contract that they had him on, wow, that's terrible. And I guess like the biggest point that he brought up that was great was that he doesn't need them, they need him. And that is so true, man. If like all the current Faze members just left right now, Faze is nothing. They're nothing. These guys built Faze. We're here to see these creators, not all the other stuff. But hopefully we have more like Faze members speak up and speak out against whatever this company's doing right now. Because I know the company's kind of infiltrated now with all these older people and all the business executives just trying to make it, as he said, like a Nike type brand, a global brand. So hopefully we see that. You know, I'm tuned in, you know, and I'll post any updates that I see. But till then, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
I kinda miss it. I was smoking on the weed to keep me tripping. I was abusing on your love to keep me living. Your love was confusing. It had me throwing all types of plays. That ass was moving, had me fucking.